guys, it's me. Welcome to another video. Let's just get comfy. Cheers. I'm having a Tulsi tea today. Tulsi Clarity, in case you guys have been following the adventures of the tea advent calendar. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm actually talking about how I've changed the last 8 weeks of my life. That sounds kind of dramatic. Also, my dog just got back from a walk. But I really have had a complete 180 in terms of my lifestyle. And it is thanks to a program that I did for 8 weeks. But in this video, I don't want it to become like a promotional video about the program, because the reality is this program isn't accessible for everyone. But I think a lot of what I've learned from doing the program, I can pass on to you guys and hopefully motivate and inspire you guys to find something similar, or even just, I don't know, I just want to pass the good word on. And it's really cool because I've been posting a few things about my journey on Instagram, like exercises and cooking. And some of you guys have been DMing saying, oh, I'd love to know more about it. And I find this really motivating and inspiring. And that is the coolest thing ever, by the way. And also some of you guys have even noticed in my videos here on YouTube that I've appeared to be a little bit more upbeat, relaxed, energized, really motivating. Like if I motivate you, you guys motivate me, you know, it goes both ways. So yeah, I thought I would just make a video today talking about the program, or at least the things I've learned from it, and answer a few questions that you guys had on Instagram, and hopefully it's interesting for you guys. Also a quick mention, I will talk about diet and exercise. So if you're feeling fragile about those themes at the moment, this might not be the video for you. However, I hope I'm speaking about it in a very gentle way and also not focusing on a topic like weight loss. I want to talk about overall health. So I don't know if that's going to be helpful, but you guys know you. So listen if you feel like this video is helpful. So yeah, I started this program 8 weeks ago. I think the biggest changes that I've made have been really the core parts of health. Getting better sleep, eating better, moving more, all of those things combined improve my mental health, being a little bit more mindful. Those words you always hear and that we all know contributes to being a healthier person. But the problem is I've never really learned how to apply them properly. And that's why this program was good for me. In saying that though, you don't need a program to learn these things. You don't have to learn them all at once in an 8-week program. It's really just at your own pace, creating new, better, healthier habits. And the other thing that I didn't realize was that you don't have to struggle through diets and cardio and counting calories to feel good. Like, at least for me, not something that is good for me and my brain. And I don't think it's for everyone, especially counting calories or counting macro and micronutrients. Before you get upset, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing by any means. I think that works for a lot of people, and a lot of people thrive on that kind of control and focus. But for me, it just created a really not great relationship with food. So for a lot of people, it's just not a good route to go down. It wasn't for me. So I was really excited when I found a program that did not focus on any numbers. There's no weighing yourself. There was no counting of calories. It was like eat an abundance of healthy food and feel good about it. You know, don't feel guilty for enjoying treats. And I loved that mentality. One of the biggest things I've changed is actually eating lots more vegetables. I used to think that vegetables were kind of like, I liked them, but you know, steaming greens is probably the healthiest thing and it tastes not so good. What I didn't realize was that you can actually make vegetables taste really good. You just gotta know how to do it. Like steaming greens for me was not exciting. I did not want to eat a bowl of steamed green. My mom does, she loves that, but not for me. What I learned was that you just need some basic spices and know which vegetables you like, and then you can kind of put them all together any way you like and it tastes good. The other thing I had no idea about, which I think is something we should all know about, but whatever you're eating, so for example, if you're eating a lot of takeaway foods, a lot of salty, high sodium foods, your gut will crave what you eat. So for the first 2 weeks of this program, when I switched to more vegetables, I was like, oh my God, I just want a burger. I just want fries. And I was of course allowed to have it. It's not like the program said you can't have that. I was trying to create a new habit of eating less of those foods. And it probably took 2 weeks before my gut had change to crave what I was now eating more of, which was vegetables. So your gut bacteria will actually adjust to whatever you're eating. And if you just get through like that first week or two, you can actually create a whole new habit of eating. And now I actually crave what I eat instead of just wanting burgers all the time, which I must have been eating a lot of salty, high sodium, sugary foods because that's all I wanted all of the time. And I'm not saying like I don't want that anymore. Like I still feel like treats and all of that. I'm not like some green goddess who only wants avocado as their dessert. I mean, good for you if that's you. But I just don't need as much of it. And I always thought that's just what people say, but it's actually true. Like once you have enough time of eating the one thing, eventually your body just wants it. So I guess it's training your body to want it. So yeah, I just eat like heaps of veggies now combined with really basic protein. So fish, chicken, turkey. If you don't eat meat, then tofu I've really enjoyed. I've discovered air fryers, which is such a quick and easy, tasty way to make stuff. The best. Like chopped up tofu, your favorite spices on top, a little bit of oil, chuck it in the air fryer for 15 minutes, put it on a salad. Actually, James has been eating everything I cook. So he actually likes all of the veggies too. And he's not a huge veggie boy. Like he's not totally against it, but he actually is like, this is tasty. I'm like, I know, right? It actually tastes good. So that's been a big thing. And then also carbs, like it's not a low carb diet or anything. Still eat like potato, banana, bread, pasta. I just probably eat more of that after I've been working out. So if I do a workout each day, even if the workout doesn't feel that crazy difficult, I still have carbs. And then I think it's just probably better timing to feel good about it instead of like previously I might have eaten, like a big bread roll or a lot of pasta and I wouldn't actually feel full. I would probably just more food because it never really made me feel full. It was more of like a bloating thing and it would also make me feel more tired because it wasn't as great way for my body to use energy or produce energy. Those are kind of new things I've learned about that my body really likes energy from protein. Even if I don't crave it at the time, it always makes me feel better and I've kind of had to learn to eat that way. But I also now don't feel guilty about like having treats and stuff, whereas I always paired it with this guilt all the time. Even if I ate lots of it, I felt guilty and it was just like a sad way to live. Like you don't want to feel like that all the time when you're treating yourself. Like you want to enjoy treating yourself. So that was one thing that I found to be really good. The other thing was my movement. So when I say movement, I'm talking about exercise, but sometimes the word exercise sounds intense or like a chore, like I have to go exercise. Some people love the word, but a lot of people don't. So I'm just gonna say movement. Really, the main thing that was really helpful was to learn to walk every day, which seems so basic. But for me, I just haven't been moving and walking enough. I'm even struggling to walk every day still, like properly, because I'll walk Bowser and he is a snail. Sorry, Bowser, most of the time. So often I'm just like, I don't feel like going for a walk for myself because I've already been for a walk. But I've learned that when I do walk, I feel really good about myself afterwards. So just walking more. Also, walking is low risk, meaning like you're not going to get injured as easily as say running. It's not like too hard on your body. I mean, obviously, unless you're injured or disabled, it's a good thing. But you got to move in whatever way suits you, okay? Not everyone can just go for a walk. I realize that a lot of you guys can't, so it's whatever movement works for you. For me, walking is something that's good. I used to feel like I had to run to be healthy, and now I've learned that no, you don't have to run. Cardio, my trainer said, was for the brain, for the lungs, for the heart. Strength is where it's at. I've never done many strength workouts. So when I talk about strength, I'm talking about like using resistance bands, dumbbells, maybe a fitness ball, using your own body weight to kind of build strength with. And this is the first time I've ever done that kind of thing. So I was just amazed at how great I've been feeling and strong I've been feeling from doing, I have been doing, I know what I've been doing. Each week for the past 8 weeks, I've done 4 workouts that are 30 minutes to an hour. My program had them set out for me like a wall hinge. So all of the workouts were designed for someone who doesn't have a lot of experience or equipment, which was good for me. But like going against a wall, just going in and like pushing back on the arms like this. In the scheme of things, it wasn't that hard, but obviously the harder you try, the harder it is, and then the more gains you would get. So it's just like going at your own pace. And I just learned that I really love working out that way. So that's been really, really fun. And it's been great to kind of see my body change and myself feel better. So that was another thing. And I also did like an optional HIIT once a week, so high intensity interval training. That was pretty intense. That was about 40 minutes, but you didn't have to do that. And that's definitely not for everyone, but something that I liked as a challenge. And also I feel really good afterwards. And then the other thing was an optional ab class, which I think was like 20, 30 minutes once a week. So, yeah, it was time consuming because it's an hour each day. So maybe an hour workout, hour walk, 4 days a week. But also it was just kind of teaching me that exercise doesn't have to be intense all the time. It doesn't have to be really, really, really super hard. It doesn't have to be a chore. It can be enjoyable. It can be fascinating. You can develop skills. You can multitask while you exercise. Like you can put nice music on. You can have TV on in the background. You can do it with others. It can be a really enjoyable thing. And most importantly, it teaches you to know yourself, which is something that I haven't really been doing. Like I haven't been knowing myself. I've been thinking about what other people think of me. And that's probably a really important thing I've also learned in this program was stop thinking about what other people think about you and know yourself. Know what you like, know what works for you, know how you deal with, I've got fluff on my nose. I've got fluff on my nose as I'm trying to say something really important. Of course I do. So that's been really cool. My program also taught me things about like lifestyle things. These types of things you don't need a program to learn. You can Google them. You can get advice from certain professionals about it if you want to, friends or family members that you know already do this well. But one example is grocery budgets. Learning to buy things in season. Vegetables are in season that are on sale. The less packaged foods you get, the less you're paying for because you don't have to pay for all the packaging, etc. So that kind of thing. Buying locally, like now I get organic vegetable boxes, which can sometimes be a lot more expensive. Organic vegetables from a supermarket, oh my gosh. But getting them in like seasonal boxes can be quite affordable and last you a long time. You can make things like curries, which can go a long way depending on how you make them. I learn a lot about that. I learn about, setting long-term goals, not wanting instant gratification. Learning that if you work towards something and you work for an end goal, even if you have mini goals along the way, just to keep you going and motivated to get to that end goal, you can feel so good once you get there. And that's the way to live. Like, don't just fall for the short-term goals all the time, which is what I've been doing as well. Like, set long-term goals and take your time, enjoy it, enjoy the process. That's another big thing I've learned. And then also sleep. Sleep has been a big one. I've learned to be good to yourself. Be strict with yourself, like parent yourself. Be like, you need to go to bed now. I know you don't want to. I know you want to stay up and watch something, or I know you want to scroll on Instagram, but you need to go to bed. So I've learned that too, like discipline, which I haven't had much training in my life. Like my parents have never been super strict. So discipline is something I've had to learn for myself, and this program helped with that too. So yeah, in terms of where I'm at, I'm going to, now that I've finished the 8 weeks, I'm going to do another 4 weeks of the exercise program that I've got from my trainer, but I'll be doing it by myself, which is really fun because I haven't done it by myself yet. So it's fun to kind of see how I go, I think. So I'm going to keep up that whilst continuing, try and sleep well, get some rest time in, enjoy things, like don't feel like everything has to be a chore. So that's kind of where I'm going from here. I thought I would tell you guys a little bit about what I've been doing. And I guess the outcome from the last 8 weeks, what I've noticed has been my energy is better. Skin is so nice. Like on camera, it looks much nicer than it is in real life, but it's just so much nicer. I feel like I move better. I feel like I glide around instead of walk like this. Like if I basically changed Sims walk styles to myself. I have. That's so confusing. My periods seem to be better. Like it's a little bit early to tell fully, but I had one period during this time. So after 4 weeks, I had a period, and usually my periods very late. They can put me in bed for 2 days. They can be really horrible. But the past one was not nearly as bad. And then today, exactly 27 days since my last period, it came on time, which was crazy. I like went to the toilet and realized it was here, and I'm like, what the heck? This has never happened to me. So that's really, really cool, and I think it says a lot. And I actually haven't really had any major symptoms. Yeah, I'm a bit tired, a little bit bloated, but honestly, my period feels like it never has before. Then on top of that, my anxiety has lowered, which is a great feeling. And I think it's just from taking care of the baseline health thing, drinking water. These are all the things we know, but we might not put the effort into creating as habits. So it's been really good. I also have a few questions from you guys that I will also answer some of them. Let me know if you want another video like this as well, because I feel like this video I can't really fit everything I want to into it. The first question that I got a lot of this same question was, how did you stay motivated to get through your 8 weeks? Or how do you stay motivated to live in this more healthier lifestyle? So one reason why I chose this program is because I know I need someone to hold me accountable, which I don't think everyone needs, but that's a big part of why I paid this person, was because I needed someone with authority to make sure I was keeping on track. And it wasn't done in a strict way. It wasn't done in a way to make me feel guilty. I wouldn't want that, but it was someone I needed to go to keep me on track. And they would check in on me. What worked for me, which you don't have to do this in this program, but what works for a lot of people and what worked for me was I would send pictures of what I was eating so she could gain an idea of what my diet was kind of like, and we kind of tweaked it. And she would be like, this is looking great, or maybe you should try this or this. Even things like, this could taste really good, or add this, like even cooking advice. And that kind of kept me motivated, and then to stick to it. And then after a few weeks had passed and I actually started feeling better and seeing change happen, not necessarily even weight loss, but obviously that can be a motivation for a lot of people, but more just like feeling stronger, seeing my muscles change. It feels good to be strong. So those kinds of things motivate me to keep going, and just feeling less anxious, having nicer skin, feeling my hair be thicker. Like, these are things that just make you feel good. And then once you feel good, you want to keep it up. How did you make the decision to start the program, and how did you find such a good one? I was feeling, I don't know, I think I just got to a point where I was feeling really bad about myself, and I was like, you know what, I'm not going to sit here and complain. I'm actually going to do something about it, because without doing anything, I'm not going to see any change. So I tried quite a few different things before this program. Apps, I tried speaking to friends about what they do. I did try the counting things, but that just wasn't the right fit for me. And I found this girl on Instagram because someone I follow posted about someone else who had done the program. And I was like, oh, wow, sounds really, really positive and really good. And I looked into it, and I definitely didn't sign up to it quickly. This girl, she actually sells recipe books, like ebooks. So I bought the ebooks to learn some fun recipes. So I really enjoyed those recipes. And then I also downloaded an example workout. So I did that. And then I had followed her on Instagram for a while. So I go feeling for a whole attitude. And then I decided I would sign up for this program. So I think definitely take your time to do the research, and don't, some things might not work. And as long as you just try your best, you're going to find something that works for you, I think, if you're open-minded. But yeah, just be really careful. Don't do anything with having an option for a trial, I think. It doesn't have to necessarily be like a structured trial, but for example, her recipe books and her overall attitude was like a trial for me. It's hard because there's so much bad stuff out there. There's so much stuff out there that is going to form a negative relationship with your health. So just look for something that's really positive and even gentle. If you're the type of person who needs that gentle approach, do the gentle approach. You don't have to like become an athlete. You just want it to be sustainable and work for you. What was the cost of this program? So this program was, it was expensive. It's definitely not going to be something that everyone can afford. It's an investment, this program. So that's also why in this video I didn't want to like focus on the program fully, because it's just one person. She dedicates literally the whole 8 weeks to the people in her program. Like, she's basically on call to just message any questions all the time. She does the workouts, she gives you recipes, she gives you life advice. Like, it's pretty full on. So it was over $1,000 for the 8 weeks. Follow her on Instagram, get an idea of who she is, and maybe at that point you might be like, you know what, I have this extra money, I'm going to invest it in this. For those of you guys who don't have the money, which I assume is most people watching this video, and it's just not feasible, you know, you might want to get the ebooks, you know, look up how to do basic workouts at home using resistant bands. If it's hard, it's probably doing something for you, as long as you're not injuring yourself. And then take care of the basic things. Going for a walk every day. I mean, go for an hour walk each day if you can. Eat your vegetables, learn some new recipes. I'll post things on Instagram. You're welcome to follow me and be inspired by whatever I do if that's helpful. And if you need someone to hold you accountable, ask a friend or ask a family member. Be like, can you please tell me to go for a walk every day? You know, they might be happy to, and you can do the same for them. Your skin looks great. What's your skincare routine? I think it's actually been the better diet and sleep that's helped my skin, and drinking a lot of water. My skin routine's not very elaborate. I have a cleanser. I use the Kiehl's under eye cream, moisturizer and sun cream. Oh, and I use coconut oil. You've been working out for years. What made this challenge unique from your previous experience? So I've been on and off with exercise. I think I've always been an active person, but I've kind of been active in bursts. So for example, I used to really enjoy doing body attack at the gym, and I kept it up for about a year maybe. But that wasn't sustainable for me. And I also feel like it's got high risk for injury because it is so intense, especially if you're doing it more than once a week, which I was doing it 2 to 3 times a week. And also it just made me eat so much more because I was always exhausted from it. So it was like going too hard too often, just not sustainable. Also, I've always tried to run, and I kind of enjoy running, but also I really don't enjoy running. I think it's only sometimes that I do. So that wasn't sustainable either. And then I've also tried doing app workouts as well, but I think because there's a lot of repetition in them, I got pretty bored with them, and I'm a very impatient person. So I quickly want to move on to the next thing. So I think this workout was different for me, or this plan, because one, it was easy enough to be sustainable and short enough to be sustainable for at least the 8 weeks and going forward, I feel. But it also was really interesting. And I think the movements have been really smart. What has been the hardest thing to achieve? That's a really tough question. What's been hard? I've actually struggled to fit the walks in, if I'm completely honest, which probably sounds like the easiest thing. I think because I walk Bowser and run my own business, I sometimes feel like I don't have the time to go for a walk for me. Also sleep, I'm really bad at going to sleep early. So I think the sleep is also the other thing that I probably need to work on more. Do you follow a FODMAP diet? I don't actually really know what that is, so I don't think I do. Is there a part you really hated or were too lazy to do? At the start, if I'm completely honest, I cried in my first arm workout. I don't think it was because the actual workout was really grueling or really tough. It was more mentally, it was during our move, so I felt so tired and stressed from the move. So I was really tired already and emotional. And I think I just overwhelmed myself by putting way too much pressure on myself to begin with. I was like, I have to do this workout. I have to get all the reps. I have to do it. And then I was like, oh my God, I can't do this. And I cried. And James was like, you know what, just take a break and come back to it. And the thing is, it was really a waste of tears because I put all that pressure on myself. It wasn't the actual workout. It was, you know, you go at your own pace during the workouts. You don't have to push yourself to tears. So I think that was probably the hardest this. Was there ever a week or day towards the middle of your 8-week training you felt like ending it? I don't think so. Did you drastically change your diet from how it was before? Was it drastic? Oh, I don't think it was like night and day drastic. But I still feel like it was an overhaul. I think I was just eating like a lot of, were just kind of cardboard, like taste good, but you don't actually get any benefits from it. Like corn chips, I love corn chips, it tastes good, but like what am I doing? I'm not really filling up on corn chips. I'm not really getting any nutritional benefits from it because it's not like they're the good corn chips. I was just spending money. So yeah, I think there are a lot of changes, just smarter eating. Why did you start? Was it because you needed to help decrease your anxiety? So there's a number of benefits from this. Well, when I started, it was to do with how I felt on camera, to be honest. Like I was not feeling confident. I mean, you guys saw I wasn't posting on Instagram like any pictures of myself because I just felt horrible. And it's not necessarily just what you look like on the outside, it's how you feel about yourself. So I knew I had to change something. Also, I was really hoping that it would improve my anxiety, and I think it has. I also want to get off my anxiety medication, and I'm not at that point yet. 8 weeks is not long enough for me. I need to do it very slowly, but this is definitely a step in the right direction of feeling stronger and more calm to do that. And then just one more question. What's been the most impactful for your mental health? Not an exercise though. Confidence in knowing myself more. And I think that's been a collaborative effort of different sectors to feel more confident. So it has been a little bit of the exercise. It's been learning more about being more educated about food, about health, about even confidence. We spoke about confidence in the program. Caring what other people think or not caring about what other people think gives you confidence because you feel better and you feel happier. I think all of the above. Well, anyway, I hope this video has been helpful for some of you guys. I know it's not a video for everyone, but hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. And if you'd like more videos like this, just let me know. Follow me on Instagram at Deligracy because I'll just keep updating you with the lifestyle I'm following and hopefully it can be helpful for you guys. And then last of all, I'll link the details of the program in the description down below. It is an expensive program. I just want to be transparent about that. And it is also a program that is she's a qualified trainer and she's qualified with nutrition, but it does have that feeling of kind of like a friend's teaching you, which might not be for everyone. There's a bit of swearing, there's personal stuff the trainer talks to you about, like during the program she went through some tough times and she spoke about them openly and how she was dealing with them. So it's quite a raw, realistic program teaching you about life, really. So, which might not be for everyone. Also, Ashley is just doing it by herself. It's a one-woman show. So if you guys are contacting her about it, just letting you guys know her response may be slow because she's just finished this program and she's on a break and she's probably getting a lot of people coming in now asking her about it. But yeah, if you go to her website, which I'll link in the description down below, you can get access to the recipe books. This isn't sponsored, by the way. If you want to check those out and the training, see what she's been doing. And she's based in Australia, but it's an online program. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you're having a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. I'll speak to you soon. Tag, tag.